I am making sausage patties. Now I started this yesterday, and you will see it on a video on our half acre homestead probably tomorrow. Speaking of our half acre homestead, the bird feeder smart camera has come with a coupon code that's good for a week. I will be putting it on the smart feeder bird camera link in the description box below that video when we're done here. Okay, now let's pop out the chat. So, no, that doesn't work. Let's do it that way. Hey, Seashells, Stacy. Hi, Corey. How's things going on the house? Linda, Yolana, it's been a while. How you been? Michelle, hello, hello, hello. So I started filming this yesterday because my sausage meat had to sit in the fridge overnight. I'm going to take one of these. One of this is for my hands and one is for my nose. Okay. All right. I don't have a sleeve to tuck my tissue in. So, hey. I opened the meat yesterday. That came back to me as a replacement for the almost 5 pounds of pork that had thawed and refroze. And he sent me 3 1-pound packages, not 1.5, 1 pound. And one of them was venison. So this sausage meat is 2/3 pork, 1/3 venison. And I've added bacon drippings that have been strained, bacon drippings, and water because it's really, really lean. So, hey, Leanne, Michelle, Isaacs, Joan, Aaron, Karen, Nana, hi, it's been a while. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to make this into patties. Because this was thawed and then seasoned, it has to be cooked. So I also have a brand new vacuum sealer from MrsVolfie, which you're going to see in the video. And there is a 15% coupon code for that as well. Hi, Alex. So I put this in the fridge for 24 hours with a plastic bag over it to keep it from drying out. Oh, it smells so good. It smells. I'll show you. This is, and it looks like hamburger, folks. It looks like hamburger, but it's actually 2/3 pork, 1/3 venison. Let me see if I can get this right for you guys. Oh, Scheisenheimer. Hang on. Let me see if I can't do this without knocking things over. And then I hit the camera lens. All right. Greasy, no. No. You are not getting this. A, there's lots of onion powder in it. But B, there's not a lot. Good heavens. All right, that's as good as it's going to get, folks. That's as good as it's going to get. Okay. So I have my cookie sheet right here, and there's my oven preheated to 350 degrees. Okay, I need you to top up just a little bit. There we go. Right there. Put you on record. Okay, so this has been sitting in the fridge overnight with plastic bag over it. And look how much it looks like store-bought ground beef. That is 1 pound lean venison and 2 pounds ground pork. So I'm just going to take my cookie scoop and now some people use tin foil for this. What is on that? Some people use tin foil. I am using parchment. Tin foil is okay occasionally, but at my age, they're saying now that aluminum, MSG, and all artificial sweeteners. Do you know what? I'm going to get a form for this. I want these fairly thin. Well, that works. I want these fairly thin because then I'm going to vacuum seal them. It's just a heaping scoop, ice cream scoop. Hey, Robin Rose, Kathy Pinkstaff, Tony Nicole. Hi, Alex. How you doing, sweetheart? Anybody seen Tigger bouncing today? Now, so I don't know if I've finished what I was saying, but aluminum, MSG, and all artificial sweeteners are now being linked to early onset dementia, and Alzheimer's. So please, folks, I cook with on aluminum foil occasionally, but it's, when it comes to something like this, parchment paper will do just as well, right? We're having beautiful, it's been raining here for 3 days, and it's not raining today, but it looks like it might rain this afternoon. So I don't know if I'm going to get any weeding done today or not. And Howie and I are going to Costco on Friday. You know what? Let's just use our hands. They were our first tools. You want it in a ball. And then press it flat like you were going to put it on the pan. Well, I'm glad you're having very warm in the 90s. Honey, that's not warm. That's stick your feet in, freeze your feet in ice cubes and float around the pool weather. That's not warm. That's friggin' hot, girl. Do you know what's warm for me? 70, 72 degrees. That's nice. Anything higher gets hot for me. But then I'm Canadian, right? That good drink of water, Gracie? Mommy give you fresh water. Rinse your bowl every day. Hi, Zachary. It has been a while. I also have pork in the freezer that I'm going to be grinding up and making into sausage meat and sausage patties as well. But again, they will be cooked. I'm a big girl. I don't like to sweat. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Stacy. I hear you. Now, I want to get this pan in the oven. And I'm not going to really fully cook them. I just want them, heated right through. I guess we're having spaghetti tonight. And then I'm going to have to get another pan out. These are big, I know. But I'm only going to put 3 in a package because one of those is huge enough. Okay, that one's a little, these are getting a little bit big. There. These ones are really big enough. So like I said, some people will use tin foil on there. I don't recommend it. especially if you've had Alzheimer's or early onset dementia in your family. You just, whether it's 100% true science or not, well, I saw this between scientists and doctors, but even so, once in a while, I guess won't hurt. But you think about this, if you're using antiperspirant that has aluminum in it, if you are using baking powder that has aluminum in it, if you are using, if you're cooking with it. So aluminum is one of those things, like you've seen me in the past make like lasagnas and stuff in aluminum pans, but I always lined them with parchment whenever I could. Okay, these are going into a 350 degree oven until they're mostly cooked. And then I'm going to get another pan and I'll be right back. Oh no, Gracie. 3, 6, 9, there's 12. Oh! I'm going to give them 20 minutes. Not even 15. I could have made this a little bit longer. Oh. Oh. Oh, I'm glad, Stacy. I'm glad. I enjoy them too. Lots of aluminum foil at barbecues and parties. It's true. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? Nat, hi. Donna, hi. You're not getting any of this, Gracie. Wash my hands. I don't think I'm going to get a full 12 out of this, what's left. But again, like I said, this is really lean. And I don't know if I said this, but on Friday, Howie and I are going to Costco. And I'm going to get some beef and a few other things. We'll probably be doing our Costco runs a couple more times again before winter, because our friend with the beef and the pork, well, that just didn't work out very well. Hence, me making venison pork sausages. Hey, Edie! D. May Nash. Hello, hello. I want them fairly thin so that they cook quick without overcooking. These will be really good for like those, have you ever seen those crock pot breakfast casseroles where you put in eggs and potatoes and onions and peppers and sausage you put sausage on the bottom, and then you put hash browns on the top, and then you put hash browns on the top, and then you mix up. Wait, you put sausage on the bottom, right? And then you put onions and peppers and anything like that, maybe baby tomatoes or whatever, on top of the sausage. And then, I'm only going to get 9 here. And then You mix up a bunch of you put your hash browns on top, and you mix up a bunch of eggs. You whisk them and you pour them all over. Oh, cheese, sausage, onions, peppers, maybe some thin sliced celery, and cheese. Then the hash browns. Then you whip about a half a dozen eggs, and you pour that all over top, put the lid on it. You let that soak overnight if you want, and then throw it on in the morning, like really early in the morning if you're having company. Now let me see. This might be a bit too big. Let's see. Well, I'll put that on you. Put that on you. There you go. So I've got 8 and 12. I got 20 of these patties out of 3 pounds. Now, again, like I said, these patties are big. They're not your little store-bought, you know, or sliced Jimmy Dean things. These are venison pork sausages. Okay. I'm going to go wash my hands, and I'll be right back. Oh. Oh. Gotta wash my hands, folks. Give me a second. I'm gonna put some soap and water in this bowl. I'm gonna turn this up. I am gonna have to check the temperature on my oven. Give me a second, folks. I'm going to get my fan. Oh my back. Oh. 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 There. So, Aaron, a question from Aaron. What is the question? Have you tested out the 4 jars vacuum sealer yet? What vacuum sealer are you talking about? You mean like this? I didn't know they had a vacuum sealer. Well, I'll be writing them, won't I? I got to make a new commercial too. So, I'm going to use my regular old one, but I am going to record new because there's all kinds of new stuff coming out with 4 jars. Claire, hi, darling. I have no idea. Hey, Robin Rose, I'm late coming in, and this whole time I thought she was making no-bake cookies. Need to put my glasses. No, I'm making venison pork venison sausage patties. I was going to go out and weed, but it's overcast and cool, and the mosquitoes are going insane. So hopefully it'll be nice tomorrow, and I can get out and get some weeding done. There's nothing here for you, Gracie. Nothing. Nothing. There is my, I just upped the, 4 Jars released the vacuum sealer. I saw it on their website and thought if anyone would know, I will check it out and I will let you know. And again, as when this is over, when I'm done here, I'm going to be doing the coupon codes for the smart camera bird feeder, and those coupon codes will be good for the next week. Okay. Oh my God, I'm really shuddering at the thought of going to Costco, but I need more Tylenol muscle relaxer tablets, and those are the only place I can get them at a deal. You know, you used to get 100 in a bottle at Costco for $4.99. Now, who wants to do the math? Used to get 100 in a bottle, and I used to spend $9.99 for a box of 24 at the pharmacy, and that's no name, right? Well, Kirkland started bringing them out 100 to a bottle for $4.99, but you could only buy 3, right? So I would always stock up whenever we went to Costco, but now they put them in 2 to a box, and they're $14.99, but they're only 90 pills a bottle. So I go from $4.99 100 pills to $14.99 for 180 pills. It's still a good deal. I've never bought them in the pharmacy to see what the prices are like now, but it's been raining for 2 weeks in Alberta. Well, Phoebe, isn't that good for the fires? How are the fires? Because they're starting up with that stuff again. I don't think people realize that fires last even under snow over winter if they're in the ground and the roots are smoldering and burning. First dry day, man. 4 Jars vacuum sealer is $220. Well, it's under $200 if you use the 10% coupon code half acre, isn't it? Okay, so, but all the wildfires in Alberta, they were talking about Fort McMurray and all that stuff. Were they using footage from last year, or was it just a couple of fires that got handled? Thank you. Excuse me. I'm still in a lot of pain. I hurt my back night before last in bed. Don't ask me how. Get your minds out of the gutter. I still don't know how. I think I rolled. You know how when you want to roll over and your dog's on top of the blankets? I was probably rolling over in my sleep. I was medicated. I was rolling over in my sleep. I bet you I pushed Gracie with my hip and hurt my back. After this, when these patties are all cooked and cooled, I will be vacuum sealing them in my new vacuum sealer. And I will be putting the coupon codes. Oh, there's another power station coming. There's another power station coming. Oh, and if these people aren't friggin' bossy, right? They're sending me a 1,500 power station, and they have a list as long as my arm that they want me to do. How long my thing has to be, what they want shown, what they want it unboxed, they want it charged on the thing, they want it charged by the sun. Good luck getting it sun charged right now. And they want me to talk about the lithium ion all this stuff. And it's like, dude, have you not seen the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power station videos I've done? Arthur and Mel have a 1,500. And I'll probably, in the summertime, Howie takes the big 2,000 and it's an A-free. Somebody was asking me the other day, which one do I recommend? The A-free 2,000. Because when we're at the track, there's no hookup for our motorhome. right? So if we're at home and we want to charge it up in the sun, that's great. And we could do that at the track also. However, we still turn the generator on every once in a while to run the air conditioning and that kind of thing in the motorhome. So while we run the generator, we charge up our A-free, our 2000 watt A-free, and it charges up real quick. And that evening, okay, that evening, it runs our 50-inch TV for probably 3 hours with only losing maybe 20% of the battery charge, right? Like losing only 20, it's still at that. That's with the A-free still at 80%. Then we plug in our big box fan when we go to bed and air and open all the windows, and that pulls air through. So we don't have to use the air conditioner at night. Howie can run his coffee maker on that in the morning. And I can run my kettle, and then as soon as, you know, because you don't want to start the generator at 8 o'clock in the morning in a very crowded racetrack, even though they're starting the cars at 9. But as soon as we turn the next time we turn the generator on, right, we just charge the A-free battery. We plug it into the wall, charge it up while the motor coach is running the generator. Oh yeah, I bet you they're loving the rain. No, because my back wasn't too bad. I take my time in the garden now. I only do what I can do. A lot of times I'll give you a garden video that's taken me all day or taken me all week to compile. And that's on our half-acre homestead. So I bet you they're loving the rain. I know I am. I haven't had to water my celery or nothing. Oh, that reminds me. I have 2 flower boxes on my railing. I'm going to put them out in front of my other bed, and I'm going to plant celery in them. I haven't seen, but I've got 3 zucchini plants coming up in the back and none that I saw coming up in the front. So I may just put a couple more zucchini. I don't know if I'm going to put celery in there or zucchini. No, I want more zucchini. So I'll plant some more celery, like 3 or 4 in my window boxes, and put them on the ground in front. Hey, Diane Maison, how's it going? How's it going? Yeah, and you should see my apricot trees. They are like my poor Queen Anne. Howie's had to cut a whole bunch of branches off because he's roofing, right? But Bob and George are like, thank you, Mummy. Thank you for planting me here in the perfect sunshine next to my big brother pear tree, you know? Now, I was thinking I'm probably not going to plant plum trees. I might, but I'm probably not going to plant plum trees because they will cross-pollinate with apricots. They're called plumcots. And I don't know. Unless I plant the plums like way up front. Howie's talking about getting into bees again. Hey Liz, how's it going? Let's check our patties. Oh. Okay, those are done enough. Oven mitts. Oh, my back. Oh, my back. Lot of water. Because I added water. I don't know how well you can see them, but they're coming out to cool. And these ones are going in. Oh. Hang on, folks. Okay, here's our first batch out of the oven. I'm only getting 20 patties. Now these may not look fully cooked. They are, but they're not like browned, right? Because when we take these out of the package after they've been in the freezer, we can brown them and they'll be just perfect for breakfast. Ow, 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 my back. A lot of work for 20 patties, but hi, Audrey. Where do you live that you're already harvesting broccoli? Got bad news. Owner sold our house. Have to be out by August 31st. Where? Oh, Alberta, Phoebe? That's not going to be easy. Hey, Charles. How are you, darling? We've been here for a half an hour. That's my timer for the first ones. So, ow, my back. Here we go. Oh my God. See, there's a particular attitude for a lot of the French here in Quebec. And I never realized it until I became a landlord for a while. We were landlords for a while. We owned a duplex in Elmer or Gatineau, Elmer sector. And we found out that renters have more rights than the landlords do. We ended up going bankrupt, right? Because people wouldn't pay their rent and they just shrugged their shoulders because they knew it would take 6 months for you to get them out. And our world just cascaded. And it's not just because of that. We made a lot of very bad decisions in our drinking days as well. Hey, Frida. Hey, Nicole. How's it going? City child. Hot child in the city. And we found out that renters, like, why would I buy when I have to, fix the roof, fix the plumbing, fix the electrical, if it's my own house. If that stuff goes, she said, you have to fix it, not me. You're the landlord. And I went, ping. But the only problem with that attitude is I had a friend in Toronto who lived in a really, a decent neighborhood, like a shishi foo kind of neighborhood where there's a lot of, left-wing people. Okay. And he lived in the duplex of this house for over 20 years. And he, he had the front yard plus the staircase up to the second and third floor were his apartment. And they sold the house right out from under him. And he's like fighting it. I said, honey, you can't fight this. It's not well, it's my home. I said, no, it's not. It may have been your home for 20 years, but it's not your friggin' house. So you have no rights. See, the only way to get people out of an apartment fast is if the owner is A, selling the building or going to move in themselves. So this is what landlords do. We went bankrupt, but this is what landlords do. They just go, I'm selling or whatever, right? And I said, you better start looking now, because he had like 6 months or 5 months to get out. And because he had lived there for so long, they gave him like 6 months. And he said, no, I've got powerful friends. I said, look, do yourself a favor, make a safety net and find another start looking for another place to live while this is going on. No, because if I do that, then I'm telling the universe I've given up and la, 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 la. 6 months later, they're looking for an apartment anywhere. Gone from Toronto to Peterborough, looking for an apartment, and the prices in Peterborough weren't any better. Well, they were better than Toronto, but they were nowhere near what he was paying, because after over 20 years in the same place, he had rent control. Now they're removing rent control on anything newer than 2018. So if all of these new houses go up and housing developers put in, because Trudeau wants everybody to have proper housing, the owners of those houses can charge whatever they want, and there's no rent control. There was an apartment, two young girls in an apartment, and not young girls, young ladies, and they were sisters, and they had lived in this apartment for like 4 years. But because it was built in 2018, they went from $2,500 a month, this is in Toronto, downtown Toronto, to $9,000 a month in a span of 3 months, because there was no rent control. So they tell you all of these things. Oh, rent control. No, not if it's new. Not in the GTA, right? Oh, no, this is Diane, this is mostly, when it comes to tenants, it's in Quebec. Quebec is really, really, really tough on landlords. And they protect the renters. I remember when this one chick, her and her husband and their 2 daughters moved into the 2-bedroom apartment upstairs from us, where we ended up living before we went bankrupt. And I had no idea that they were splitting up. He was just moving them in, making every happy family. And then he left her, right? And she started doing things like, oh, well, I don't have all my rent. And I go, I got to pay the mortgage, right? She had a girlfriend over one day and asked Howie to come and change a light bulb in the kitchen, which was really tiny. Like on a chair, his ass would have been right in her and her girlfriend's face. Why do you think they asked Howie to change the light bulb? Because Howie was a hard-working, married man, and there's nothing some women won't do to take what's not theirs or want what's not theirs. You know what I mean? So I said, the next time a light bulb goes, I'm doing it. And he goes, Bev, you can't even get up the stairs. I said, I'll get up those stairs. I'll change the light bulb. I'll put my ass in her face. He goes, oh, you're being ridiculous. I said, no, Howie, women know. Women know. Because as soon as you left and I heard you coming down the stairs, I was in the backyard, which is the kitchen balcony was right above me, and they got a big giggle after Howie left. So good renters get a bad rap because of the bad ones. Exactly. I rented a home for 5 years. We had a great relationship. I'm a homeowner now. I wouldn't mind renting to a good tenant. Me either. But the thing is I don't have, once the basement is fixed and finished and the back patio is, we'll probably, when Howie's mother passes away, we'll probably be taking his sister in, because she can't live alone, not without someone supporting her, like family. Like her, all those years that she lived on her own in an apartment, she was at her mother's 3 days a week for food. She was at her mother's for, borrowing money for cigarettes and stuff, because she can't manage money. Like once the rent's paid and her bills are paid, she just goes to slots or just, whatever, right? I learned that lesson the hard way as well. Here they say you can't discriminate against them. So I get around by required you to make 3 times the rent. Yeah. So we'll never do that again. We'll never do that again. Right? Especially if the government says, oh, you have an in-law suite. Can you take in some refugees? No. Sorry. I live in Quebec. I'm not letting anybody in my house. So, well, you do have to protect your property. You do have to protect your property. Like somebody who say, when my sister was here, she just wanted to help, doing dishes, doing laundry, she'd wash floors, she'd kill herself. I said, Winnie, stop. I'm on a well. I've lived on a well, not this well, you haven't. You can't do 2 loads run the dishwasher twice a day. You can't do 2 loads of laundry a day. You can't wash your hands for 20 seconds this was during the pandemic. I said, you wash your hands for 20 seconds if you've left the property, like gone to the store and you come back in. You wash your hands for 20 seconds. Not every time you rinse your hands, right? But the thing is in our property, we got to look out for the well. We got to look out for the hydro bill. We got to look out for a lot of things if someone else were to live here. I mean, when Nan was here, she had her bedroom at 24 degrees Celsius all year round. All year round. That one little room jacked my hydro bill up, especially in the winter, because then she would turn the fireplace on, the electric fireplace on in the living room down there, turn all the baseboard heaters on, and then she'd come upstairs and watch TV with us, and she'd leave all the lights on downstairs so that, it was lit. Well, yeah, leave your bedroom light on. She almost burned the house down with an incandescent bulb if I hadn't found it in time. So, I mean, these are all things you have to think about, because you're literally, whether you live with those people or not, you're sharing your space with them. And you have to be really, really careful. I mean, and I'll never rent to friends again. I'll never rent to friends again. Not happening. Thankfully, our well is a 154-foot deep drilled well, no chance of running out of water. Well, they keep going. If they keep tapping all the artesian wells and tapping the groundwater around North America for bottled water, you'll see how fast that well will dry out eventually if this keeps up. Water's the new gold, folks. I have a 25-foot deep dug well. That means if the power goes out for any length of time, all we have to do is lift the lid off that thing and drop a bucket down it. You can't do that with a drilled well. You need a pump. So, hey, Snacky Tea! Friends and family are the first to screw you over. Well, that's the only reason it would be Howie's sister is because, she's good at following rules. You give her the rules, she'll follow them, right? Hey, Linda, how's Matt doing today? Well, listen, folks, I have to go and take these out of the oven, and then I got to let them cool, and then I got to finish my video with the vacuum sealing these. Okay? So I got to go. I love you guys. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. I got to get back to work. Mwah.